It's a midnight rainbow. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the This Old Knit podcast. I am your host, Nina, otherwise known as Ine on Ravelry, Instagram, and Pinterest. And you can find show notes for this episode and all previous episodes on the corresponding numbered thread of the This Old Knit Ravelry group. Just FYI, the kids are playing a game. I am trying to podcast on the floor because Ada usually has her nappy time right now. But because the kids are being very excited about their game together, because they're getting to play on our computers. I have fur in my mouth. She's a little bit wound up because she usually would be in the living room on the floor. So I set up a little bed on my craft room floor. And I thought if I came and sat with her. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to try to get her to lay down. There we go. There we go. Okay. She's just a black dog. A big black dog. Here. I'm a lap dog. Hi. Hi, babies. Well, it helps if you don't hold it with the hand that's going to block things. Hello. Hi. This is usually what we do at bedtime, and we sing a little song together. Hi. Hello. I love you. Well, not together. We don't sing together. You can't sing. You can howl, but not sing. Hello. Oh, hi. Welcome to this episode of the This Old Ada podcast. I'm your host, Ada. So I have kind of a mess of things behind me to share. It's been a few weeks, but I think I'm pretty on track for my podcasting schedule. But we'll see how this goes with her in here. But she should probably fall asleep pretty quickly. So anyway, what's going on, bud? I have some whips. I have some yarn that hasn't been cast on yet, but I do have a plan for it, so I will share that as well. And I have some gifts that I got along with some prize donations. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. Welcome back to any returning viewers, and welcome to any new viewers. I promise that my podcasts are not always in such disarray. Usually I wait until I have a day where the kids aren't here. But this week, Friday, I took off. I took a long weekend. So basically Friday and Monday, it's the weekend of Valentine's Day. So it is the 16th, I think, today. And on Friday, Meg ended up getting pink eye. So she stayed home from school. So I didn't have a child-free day. Oh, she has a little boo-boo on her leg. And then tomorrow, unbeknownst to me, is President's Day, so the kids have the day off school anyway. So I will not have any free time this weekend that will be completely child-free. And then yesterday, Josh has switched around his jiu-jitsu schedule so that Saturdays we have together with no jiu-jitsu, which is really nice. But the kids were still here, obviously, and I chose to take that time to cut out some fabric to make an Agnes top, and I did some cleaning, some laundry, played with Ada for a while. She found like an old shoe sole that was here when we moved in. It's from the previous owner's pair of shoes, but she loves to play with it. And she also likes to play with, there's a tennis ball out in the backyard that I don't know where it came from. We have a tennis ball for her, but it's pink. And this one's just a normal, like, green tennis ball. So she loves playing with that dirty, yucky tennis ball. And then in the front yard, she has a soccer ball. So she has little PlayStations everywhere. And then of course she has branches everywhere because she loves to chew on sticks and wood. She's being so adorable right now. I've got a good necky spot here. So, yeah, I just kind of did house stuff and dog stuff and kid stuff. And today, Josh is at jujitsu, so the kids are playing. Oh, there's her nose right there. Yeah, I love you too, sweet baby. So yeah, I thought I'd just try to record a podcast while I could. So yeah, what's up? Hey everybody, we're gonna try this again. So, I got very interrupted by the children, and there are a lot of sounds right now because my husband's home, but I might be able to actually finish showing you everything. So I'm gonna just start back again on FOs and whips, because I think other than the intro, I basically have to throw out all the footage. So I brushed Ada. She has access to the craft room, so she may wander in here at some point. I'm on the floor, so just in case she comes in, she can lay down with me. She seems to like that better, and she was actually sleeping with me while I was podcasting, which was so cute. She was laying on my lap, like she full on went on my lap.
And podcast, I would be super naughty.
Yeah, Joshua was being super naughty, so he's the reason why we're starting over. So I am wearing the Mixed Martial Arts tee from Snorg Tees, but it's Mixed Martial Arts and Crafts. So there's a painter, a knitter, and a writing ninja. Since basically the whole family does jujitsu other than me, and I do arts and crafts, I thought it would be appropriate, and it was cute. I've had it for a while. I got it at the same time as the 42 t-shirt, but I hadn't had a chance to wear it on the podcast. So there you go, Knitting Ninjas. So essentially, I finished one thing since I podcast last. It is the Kallenmai Cowl by Kristen Lair, who is Wool and Vine, and who is the dyer behind Wool and Vine Yarns. So she gifted me this pattern back in December, so it counts for shelf. And this is also stash yarn that I had from last year, and then I think a couple years ago. The base that I used was a Wool and Vine Yarns Volca in Beach Bum, which was a one-of-a-kind colorway that she dyed quite a while ago. And then I held it double with a, merino silk mohair blend from Toad Hollow Yarns, and I believe it was the Hairy Toad base, and it is in the colorway That'll Do Pig. And then my beads are from earthfairbeads.com. Fair is spelled with an E, like the British or Canadians would do, not like the American fair. And I will leave links to that in the show notes, which hopefully I will actually be able to do this week. It was a very easy to work pattern. I believe I used a 6 or a 7 needle, and these are size 6/0 beads, so I just used whatever crochet hook size fit inside of them. I got like a little set from Joann's that has like all of the micro crochet hooks, so that I can use them for different beading projects, and I think it was like $8 for the whole set. They're just basic metal crochet hooks, no like ergonomic handle or anything like that. So let me bring it closer. So it is completely reversible. You could wear it either way. I wear it so that my bind off edge is on the bottom, because I used a Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off so that it would be slightly larger on the bottom than on the top. It's not a huge difference, but then when I have it on, it can funnel out around my shoulders. I have not blocked it at all, so this is just without blocking. I just started using it right away, so I use it quite often for when I'm out walking Ada in the evenings. It's really nice. It stays up, and it makes like a nice pocket for my nose that keeps me warm. So I'll put it on so you can see it. So basically like that. And if I kind of hook it up over my hat, it stays in place really nicely and keeps me warm. The beads kind of help it hang in place very well. And you can also wear it just as a true cowl. I've worn it at work a couple times this way, and I've also worn it in the house when it's gotten really cold this way, and I think it's really pretty. So yeah, definitely recommend it. As I said, it's the Cal and My cowl, and I will probably make another one in a darker color, because I think I have enough beads left over from my sparkling cider hat that I could make a matching one to go with the sparkling cider that's just, you know, darker colors. It doesn't have to be the same gray, because mine is in gray, but something that's, I don't know, dark blue or something with grays and variegated. I also have a really nice like deep olive green mohair that I could use. So I've got some options, but I really love it. It's a great accessory piece. So that's my only finished object for this week. And then in terms of whips, I have mainly been working on a test knit for Mina Phillip, who is the Knitting Expat on social media, and her company is called Knitting Expat Designs. I've test knit for Mina in the past. I test knit for her when she was still living in Bahrain. But I haven't done a test knit for her in a while. She was doing a test knitting call for her new child sweater pattern, which is called the Little Forager. And I believe it's a child size version of a full size adult sweater, the Forager sweater. The cool thing about it is that it's
my brother, okay, I died 10 times.
Okay. Good job.
It was so fun.
Okay, go eat that apple. Is that a new one, or did you eat the other one? You ate the whole other one? Or where is it?
This one.
That's the first one you've got since Daddy got home. Okay. Go eat it at the table, please, so Ada doesn't take it. It's a special apple. No, I want her to be able to get in here, buddy. You go eat at the table. That's what you're supposed to do. Thank you. So anyway, I volunteered to knit the size 4 to 6, and it has, I think like 2 to 3 inches of positive ease versus Joshua's chest circumference, and it is for Joshua. So I'm knitting it out of Barocco Vintage. This is from my Aunt Lynn's stash, so I'm not sure what color of blue it is, but it's the same yarn that I used for Josh's sweater, but his I used a navy, and this is the blue that I have. I've got more of it up here somewhere. There we go. So there's a bunch of it. I think I have 10 skeins of it. And I think there was even more than this. My Aunt Lynn had a lot of blue. She really loved blues. And then the contrasting colors that I used are Spud and Chloe Fine, which I'm not even sure if they still make or not, but I had this in my stash from before Megan was born. I actually bought it to make some rainbow socks, where you do like it's like a slip stitch pattern down the side of the sock. I think they're called Rainbow Wanderers or something like that. And I also bought it to knit the Spud and Chloe on the Farm. There's a book that was put out, I think it's by Susan B. Anderson, and it's basically like a whole farm set. And I've still got it, but I only knit a couple of toys from it, and then I never completed it. But, you know, grand plans that I was going to knit this whole toy set for Megwin. The toys are still kicking around, though, the ones that I completed. In fact, we were playing with the piggy today that my mom knit for Megwin out of Spud and Chloe Fine in a pink and then a dark pink. So the colorways are Calypso, Goldfish, I don't remember the yellow, Grass, sorry, Cayenne, and this is Calypso. So I really like the effect they had. And I held this double, if I didn't say that, because this is like between a DK and a worsted. The pattern calls for a DK weight yarn, but because I knit so tightly, I wanted it to be able to be a little bit of a looser knit, but still get the right gauge. And I'm not positive that this is Barocco Vintage comes in a DK weight and a worsted weight, and I don't have any of the labels, so I'm not sure which weight this is. But I did get gauge with it per the pattern, so it might be the DK weight version. It's really hard to tell, and it's all subjective. But there it is. So I kind of compared it to Jinx Yarns, which I know is DK, and it looked really similar, just in the thickness of the yarn. So anyway, I did a gauge swatch. I got gauge. I did a big, like, round gauge swatch. Could have literally been a sleeve on this sweater. So I've completed the body, and I am doing the bottom ribbing right now. So I did the body on a size 7 needle, the color work on a size 8, and the ribbing I'm doing on a size 5. So my plan is to knit the sleeves long enough that the cuff will be able to be folded in half. And my thinking there is that next year, when it's cold again, he'll be able to wear it and unroll the sleeves, but it will still fit him. Don't do that. You're going to knock the baby gate down, buddy. Josh gets them like sodas from Whole Foods on Sundays, but he's been pretty naughty, so he has to earn it back. So that is the Little Forager sweater by Mina Phillip, and it has gone super fast. I think I have till the 22nd of March to finish my test knit, but I should be done by the end of this month, I think. If I really buckled down, I probably could get done by the end of this week. But I'm also working on, no, it's not in here. I think it's in the living room. I'm also working on a surprise wedding gift for a friend. So I need to finish that because her wedding is a little bit less than a month away. And I don't know if I'm going to see her between now and then, so I might have to mail it. So anyway, I want to make sure that I get it done. But I really love it. And Joshua loves it too. So he tried it on and it fits really well. I'm thinking I might try to sew him some khakis to go with it because it would be really cute with khakis. I do want to finish it before it's not cold anymore. And this whole body, I've used one full skein and part of a second skein. I am alternating skeins just because this yarn was in my Antlitz stash for a long time. I don't know where it was sitting in terms of if it was exposed to sunlight or not. So I don't know if parts of it might be faded or whatever. So just to play it safe, I'm alternating skeins even though it's a commercially dyed yarn, and it's probably fine. I've also washed it in like really warm water. So it did bleed a little bit, but all that should be gone because all the yarn that I got from my Aunt Lynn, I washed before I added it to my stash because it was in storage for a really long time, like in a storage unit. So I didn't know what might be in it. I have it in my Rainbow Llamacorns bag from Pandia's Jewels shop. I don't know if she's still making bags or not, but this is fabric that she designed the fabric, so she does a lot of like really cool doodles on her computer, and so this is one of her designs. I got it with the pink fluffy Llamacorn yarn, which I still haven't knit up. So that's that. Let's take a drink. My second whip, excuse me, is the Stoker shawl also by Kristen. And I'm knitting it out of some undyed alpaca yarn that I got from a stand at the Wool Gathering in Yellow Springs, Ohio. I think it's from Hillstream Alpacas. It's the Prime Alpaca base. And the cakes are 670 yards. So I have 3 or 4 of them. I can't remember how much I bought. They were really affordable, and it's very soft alpaca. It just has so much depth to the color. I love it. Those alpacas are so pretty. So last time I showed it, I think I maybe had like this much done. So I've obviously done a lot more. This was mainly what I was working on before Mina put out the test knitting call. And I definitely will pick it back up as soon as I'm done with Joshua's sweater, because I think it'll be a really great springtime shawl. It's not going to be as big as the one that Kristen knit, because hers was knit on DK weight yarn. This is a sport weight, but I am knitting it on size 6 needles, so it's a little bit of a looser gauge. You can kind of see me through there, but that's good because alpaca is very warm. So I'm guessing that it's going to be maybe a regular triangular sized shawl, perhaps a little bit larger than a normal triangular shawl. I don't know. We will see. I have my pumpkin narwhal on there from Charmed and Dangerous, which I love. So that is whip number 2. And then whip number 3 is a Sperry sweater, but I am knitting it with 2 yarns held double. So right now I'm using a singles base, but it's going to be my mauve one, my mauve fade, and I'm knitting it with like a fade palette. So I'm using a couple of different colors of Volanvine that I've had in my stash. I think I'm using a Primrose Yarn Co. It was something that I got on clearance at one of the local yarn stores here in Connecticut. And I'm holding it double with Gabby's India Untangled colorway from this year's Rhinebeck that's called Previous Yarn Engagement. So there is Previous Yarn Engagement. It's so beautiful. So floofy. And right now I'm using Tiptoe. From Kristen. I think that this was a skein she gave me to thank me for test knitting for her. Oops. And I'm in the middle of a row right now because I'm Ada. I had to rip back, so now I'm on track again and I'm ready to join it in the round. So I finished all the neck back and forth rows and I'm ready to knit in the round, join it in the round. So there you go. That's Tiptoe and Previous Yarn Engagement held double. I'm going to hold Previous Yarn Engagement all the way through and fade the color that I'm holding with it. So I think it'll really blend the mauve tones even more. And I'm really excited for this sweater because I love my gray and pink Sperry. And I think that this one will be really warm but light. And it'll match like everything. I can imagine it with like a black pencil skirt or navy blue pencil skirt or jeans or khakis. Like, it's gonna go with everything. Mauve is the new neutral. And that is in my birthday present from this year. So sparkly. I think Kristen made a skirt out of this, which must be so amazing because I love that fabric. And the ghosty dresses. Okay, that is that all my whips? Is that all my whips? Oh, and here are my other colors. So my other colors I'm going to fade are, this is the leftovers of Jilted Rose. So that'll be my next color. Then this one, yeah, this one is rosé, and it was a clearance. So I think it was like 50 or 60% off at the LYS. And then the last colorway is going to be this Jilted Rose, which is a misfit, and it's a lot more pink, so you can see the difference. Much more pinky. So I'm going to go like this, because this one kind of has both of those, like the really light mauve and the pinky color. So I think it's going to bring that together, and then of course with previous yarn engagement. So I brought those in here to wind them up. Ada sees a bird outside. You can't get that bird. You can't fly. Okay. Let's see if she'll come sit down with me. Oh, baby. Here, let's see. There she is. The sweetest baby. Hi, Ada. You want to come sit with me, Beans? What are you doing? Oh my gosh, it's so stimulating. Now I'll never get my camera in the right place again. Okay. So I think that is all my whips. Yes, it looks like it. So then moving on to prize donations / new stuff. So Canned Music, who is Diane, and she's officially my only person I've ever met that was a fan who recognized me out in the wild. I saw her at Rhinebeck, India Untangled, what's the other fiber event? Gosh, I don't remember. There's another one that's the day before Rhinebeck. We went to both, and I saw her at both. Like, no, I didn't see her at India Untangled. I saw her at the other event, which is the one that they do like really close to there. It's in Kingston, not in Rhinebeck or what's that little town? Shoot. I don't remember where India Untangled is. Saugerties. It's not in Saugerties. So anyway, I saw her there, and we chatted for a while, and she was very nice, but she did recognize me, which was awesome. I've never been recognized before. And she said that she loves the podcast and is just really impressed with all the things I managed to get done. Yeah, it's just using every spare moment that isn't taken up with children, laundry, cleaning, dog, hanging out with my husband, or working. But she offered to donate some prizes for the podcast. So she sent me so much stuff, was so generous. So you guys are in for a treat. So she sent me 2 of these bags, and like, look how big this bag is. It's insane. There's 3 skeins of yarn in here, and like, you could probably fit 8 or 9 more. This bag is so huge. It's like a giant sweater size bag, and I love it. And there are pockets all along the outside edge of this bag. And it has a drawstring and a handle. Let me see if I can hold it so you can see it a little bit there. There's pockets all the way around. And it matches Ada. It matches Ada because she's so beautiful. So she said this one is the large Finch bag. And she is planning to open up an Etsy shop, but I do not believe she has yet. And it's going to be Canned Music on Etsy. So when she opens that, I will let you know, because you definitely should check out her bags. So she gave me one of these, and then she gave me one to give away. Oh, good girl. Good girl. She's gonna be my lap puppy. See, right there. My lap doggy. Oh, I'm just a lap dog. I'm a tiny lap dog. I did some brushing of her, and we did some detangling because with the fire going all the time, just as I'm having a lot of static and my hair is really dry, so is hers. So we use this I Heart Pet Head Dog's BFF. It smells like strawberry yogurt, and it is a tangle fixer. And I don't have a brush, but it's basically a retractable brush. So you push the little button and the things come out, and then you take them off. It's okay. And anyway, this bag is full of her fuzz. Hey. I'm not going to brush you anymore, I promise. Can you lay down? Can you lay down? Can you lay down with me? Can you lay down with me? So anyway, I got a bunch of fur off of her, like 5 or 6 brushes full. So I don't know if she's starting to shed for spring. I brush her about once a week. I know you want to get into my stuff, and you don't want to be near the detangling spray. She doesn't really like it. The spraying, I'm wondering if like the previous owners used like a spray bottle maybe as a deterrent. Some people do that for behavior modification, like spraying water. I don't personally like it, but she seemed to be particularly scared of the spray bottle, or she may have just had a bad grooming experience as a puppy. Who knows? So I spray it on my hand and just kind of wet her down, and I also spray the brush, and that seems like it's good enough. We're working up towards being able to spray her fur. So anyway, sorry, I digress. So here's the one to give away, and it's killing me to not keep it. What? Look, it's big enough to fit a Great Pyrenees head in it. Oh, baby, don't do that. Oh my goodness. You're so huge. You're so huge. And it has the same thing. Pockets all around on the bottom. And a handle. Something. I wonder if Diane has pets because she's been smelling this box. Or maybe it just smells like the mail, which probably in and of itself is very interesting. Thank you. No, thank you. Okay. You want to sit down? Lay down. Lay down. You want to lay down? Lay down with me. You want to lay down? Yeah. You want to lay down? Okay, so that's one. And then she sent a couple of Notions pouches with some Progress Keepers or stitch markers. I haven't got a chance to look at them really closely. So they look like this. There's one. Oh, there's 3. 1, 2, 3 of them. It's a stitch marker. No, it's Progress Keeper. They're little snowflake Progress Keepers with each one. So we'll have a lot of prizes for a while from this, which is so great. Frankly, I'm running out of things in my stash to give away. And then there's a Harry Potter bag and a needle minder that matches. And this one feels a little bit like quilted, like it's got a quilty lining. And I will make sure they all stay in bags so they don't get Ada fur all over them, because basically everything has Ada fur. And then we got 2 stitch marker bracelets. One has like, I think they have the same charms, but they're knitting related charms. And finally, a dragonfly bag, which also is a large sweater size project bag. Oh, going. Okay. So thank you so much, Diane. I love my bag. I'm excited about the bags to give away. We'll have prizes probably for the whole Stash Your Shelf challenge with that batch. And then, of course, I will probably find something as well to do, either yarn related or yeah, I don't know, maybe fiber, because I have some spinning fiber I probably won't get to anytime soon. So maybe for one of the prizes I will do a option between fiber and yarn, because if the winner spins, then they could choose the fiber, or if they don't, then they could choose the yarn prize. So maybe I'll do that for one of them. Oh, and I have the yarn that I shared in the last podcast to give away for one of the yarn prizes as well.
Mommy,
So that'll be fun. Yes, Megan?
have you been doing my eyebrows at the right time?
It hasn't been 4 hours.
I thought it was 2 hours.
No, it's every 4. Just trust me to do the right thing. I promise you I'm giving you medicine at the appropriate time. Megan had pink eyes, so we're giving her eye drops. And then my mom, for my birthday, sent me a needle felting kit, which I've never tried before, but I'm excited to try it. It is from Sculpting with Wool. It's a needle felting kit for gnomes, and I think you can make all 3 gnomes with the stuff that comes in it.
So cute.
So it basically comes with all of the stuff except for a mat, I think. Yeah, not a felting mat, but everything else is in here.
So you have to get a felting mat?
Yeah, but I can go get one at Joann's one of the times that I go. So that will probably wait. Get out of the camera, please.
I'm not in the camera.
That will probably wait
It
until
is.
I have time to go do that. Can you get up on the couch instead of on me? Guys, come on. Ugh.
Okay.
Okay, no, I said on the couch. Don't do that.
I get to put my feet on that.
No, I don't want you to put your feet on me. Okay, and then the last thing I have to share, which probably is good. No! So yeah. Anyway, as you can tell, things are falling apart. The kids are being naughty again. So I'm going to go. Thank you all for joining me. And until next time, I hope you get to spend time doing the things that you love. And I will talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.
There